So, andito na tayo sa trigonometric functions. So in here, we're going to discuss the given trigonometric functions and its differentiation. Kasi sa kada trigonometric function, merong silang kanilang rules of differentiation. So there are 6 in particular. All right. So what are those? So we have the trigonometric functions such as sine, next si cosine, sunod si tangent, sunod si cosecant, sunod si secant x, at ang panghuli, last but not the least, cotangent x. Alright? Sin x, cosine x, tangent x, cosecant x, secant x, and cotangent x. So, what are their rules of differentiation? Okay? So, let's start first with the sin x. If you are asked to get the derivative of sin x, teka lang. There you go. Derivative ng sin x, this is cosine x. So ulitin ko, if you are asked to get the derivative of sin x, the answer is cosine x. So let me give you some examples. So ito, you are asked to get the derivative of sin x. Na naman. Hindi, it's a test. Anong derivative ng sin x? Cosine x, syempre. Okay? Now, let's have another example. We have the derivative of 3 times sin x. So, paano to? So, we have a constant and a trigonometric function. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? We're going to apply yung yung fourth basic rule of differentiation, which is a term that has a constant and a function. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, kapag meron tayong constant, which is C3, at function, which is a trigonometric function, ibig sabihin nun, we will not touch the constant and get the derivative, the function instead. So 3 times the derivative of sin x. So the derivative of sin x is cosine x. Therefore, your answer is 3 times cosine x. O, diba? It's easy, right? So, ganun lang naman. Alright? So, let's have this example. Try nga natin. Let's just say we have negative 4. Yan, negative 4 times sin x. So, again, meron tayong constant at trigonometric function na si sin x. So, we will have negative 4 times the derivative of sin x. So, ang derivative ng sin x ay cosine x. So, therefore, your answer is negative 4 times cosine x. O, diba? So, yeah, basically, yan lang yung derivative ng sin x. The derivative of sin x is cosine x. Okay? That's easy. Ngayon, how about we are asked to get the derivative of cosine x? So dito, ang derivative ng cosine x ay negative sin x. Yan. Alright? So kung kanina, ang derivative ng sin x ay cosine x, dito naman, kabaliktaran. Ang derivative ng cosine x ay negative sin x. So let's have some of the examples. So kunwari, meron tayong ganitong given. The derivative of 2 times cosine x. So what would be the answer? So we have a constant and we have a trigonometric function of cosine x. So we will have 2 times the derivative of cosine x. So therefore, ang sagot mo rito ay 2 times negative sine x. So pag multiply mo silang dalawa, we have negative 2 times sine x. That's it. It's actually easy. All right? Now, how about this one? Okay? The derivative of, sabihin natin, negative 3 times cosine x. Okay? So, again, meron constant at a function magkasama. So, we will have negative 3 times the derivative of cosine x. So, in here, we will have negative 3 times derivative ng cosine x ay negative sine x. So, negative 3 times negative sine x, we have positive 3 sine x. See, nakukuha? So, as you can see, parang madali lang to. Alright? So, now let me give you one more example. Ano naman ang derivative ng, let's just say, pi times cosine x? So, dito, okay, we have a constant na si pi plus cosine x na trigonometric function. So, the same thing. Pi times the derivative of cosine x. Remember, si pi, isa siyang constant, hindi siya variable. Constant siya. Okay? So, therefore, we have pi times the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. So, yun, meron na tayong sagot na negative pi times sine. O, diba? It's easy. Here, I'm just showing you na meron kayong constant, meron kayong trigonometric na function na cosine x. Alright? So ito parang basic-basic pa lang muna tayo. Like, let's take it slowly. Because after tong video na to, we're going to proceed to the sum and difference. Kumbaga, group of terms that are separated by the addition or subtraction operation. But for now, by terms muna tayo. Okay? The next thing is yung derivative ng tangent x. So, eto naman tayo. The derivative of tangent x is the square of secant x. Okay? Ang derivative ng tangent x ay the square of secant x or secant squared x. So, let's have some examples. Okay? So, let's just say, meron tayong ganito. Let's just say, 2 times tangent x or 2 tangent x na lang. Mas maganda pa ito isulat. 2 times tangent x. Okay? So, ito, constant at meron tayong trigonometric function at tangent. So, we will have 2 times the derivative of tangent x. So, derivative ng tangent x ay secant squared x. So, therefore, we have 2 times the secant squared. Okay? Or, pwede pa itong i-simplify. Okay? Usually, ang pag-simplify kasi ng trigonometric, dapat naka-sine or cosine siya. Okay? Dapat naka-sine x or cosine x. So, kung gusto nyo itong i-simplify, there is no problem. Okay? There are actually many answers for this one. Okay? Una, what if gusto mo siyang i-convert into cosine or sine? So ito, we have a identity for that. Okay? Recall that si secant x is equal to the reciprocal of cosine x. Kumbaga, secant x is equal to 1 all over cosine x. So, ibig sabihin nun, secant squared x is equal to 1 all over cosine squared x. Therefore, we can have this one. 2 times 1 all over cosine squared x. So, ito magiging 2 all over cosine squared x. So, pwede rin to. Okay, it's still correct. Alright, wala namang mali rito. It's still correct. Now, meron tayong identity na tinatawag natin na Pythagorean identity. Okay? So, in here, 1 plus tangent squared x is equal to secant squared x. So, ibig sabihin nun, we can just simply substitute the expression 1 plus tangent squared x dito. Okay? So, hence, we can have 2 times quantity 1 plus tangent squared of x. So, pwede rin to. So, you can have this as your final answer, this one as your final answer, or this one. Mamili lang kayo sa tatlo. Because 3 of them are correct. Okay? Ito rin, pwede mo rin itong simplify, itong cosine squared x. Wala naman itong problema. Okay? Kasi ito, wait lang ha. Meron kasi tayong Pythagorean identity na sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So, kung ita-transpose mo si sine squared x sa kanan, you will have cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. Okay? So, it means we can substitute cosine squared x as 1 minus sine squared x. So, pwede natin siyang ilagay dito. So, therefore, we can have 2 all over 1 minus sine squared x. So, pwede rin to. So, there are actually 4. Pero again, it's up to you. Pero syempre, if you want the easiest, the most simplified, kumbaga, it looks simple, ito, yung nakabilog na dinodrawing ko, itong pipiliin mo. Wag na ito, syempre, complicated na yun. Pero yeah, okay? I'm just giving you options. Alright? So, let's have some of the other examples pa. Wait lang, burahin ko lang to. Okay? Let me just erase this one. Okay. So, how about this one? The derivative of 30 times yung constant kaysa naman puro 1 digit. So, that's challenging. So, the same thing, constant si 30 at meron tayong trigonometric na function. So, we have 30 times the derivative of tangent x. So, ang derivative ng tangent x is still the same, secant squared x. Therefore, you have 30 times secant squared of x. O, diba? I think I'm gonna stop right here. Kumbaga, 2 examples na lang bibigay ko. Kasi, to be honest, ito kasi by term lang to. So, meaning, this is easy. Okay, madali lang to. Alright? So, now, let's proceed to the next trigonometric function. So, we have this one. The derivative of secant x. Ay, secant x. Cosecant x pala muna. Sorry. Cosecant x muna. So ito, si cosecant x naman, ang derivative nito ay negative cosecant x times cotangent x. So ulitin ko, ang derivative ng cosecant x ay negative cosecant x times cotangent x. So let me give you some examples. So let's start with the most the most simple one. So, kunin natin yung derivative ng 4 times cosecant x. Okay? So again, constant at meron tayong trigonometric function na cosecant x. So we have 4 times the derivative of cosecant x. So, anong derivative ng cosecant x? So we have negative cosecant x times cotangent x. So i-multiply mo sila. So we have negative 4 times cosecant x times cotangent x. That's it. Okay? That is your final answer. Or, pwede mo siyang i-simplify. If you want to convert these functions into sine x or cosine x, pwede naman. We have this one. Reciprocal identity. Cosecant x is the same as the reciprocal of sine x. So it means cosecant x is equal to 1 all over sine x. Then next, we have cotangent x. Si cotangent x is the same as cosine x all over sine x. Okay? So, pwede yan. Ano naman problema dyan? So, therefore, magiging negative 4 times cosecant x is 1 all over sine x times si cotangent x, magiging cosine x all over sine x. So, now, let's multiply these three terms together. So, ito, pag i-multiply natin ito magkasama, we will have negative 4 times cosine x, teka, cosine x all over sine squared of x. Okay? So, kung magtaka ka, paano naging squared of sine or sine squared of x? Remember, okay, parang ano lang yun sa laws of exponents. If we have x raised to n times x raised to m, this is equal to x raised to n plus m. Okay? Remember that. So, meaning, kapag meron kang magkapares na base, tapos i-multiply mo sila, i-add mo yung exponent nila and copy the base. Okay? Kumbaga, ito, for example, cosine squared x times cosine x. Okay? So, magkaparehas na term tuloy, magkaparehas na base, cosine x. Ngayon, gagawin mo lang is, kopya mo yung base nila, tapos, i-add mo yung exponent nila. Okay? So, ito, si cosine x, dito sa second term dito, sa kaliwa, syempre, meron siyang invisible na exponent na 1. Okay? So, therefore, we will have cosine of cosine x raised to 2 plus 1. So, magiging ano na to? This is cosine raised to 3 of x or cube of cosine of x. Ganun yung magiging sagot mo rito. So, the same thing here. We have sine x times sine x. So, yung exponent nila ay 1 at 1. So, magiging sine squared x na siya. Okay? So, pwede rin to kung gusto mo makuha yung sagot na yan. Or, pwede pa natin siyang i-simplify pa. Okay? Pwede pa naman to. Okay? Remember the Pythagorean identity, which is yung sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So, kung ilagay mo si cosine squared sa kanan, so magiging sine squared x is equal to, wait lang. Ayan. Is equal to 1 minus cosine squared x. So, therefore, magiging ano na to? Negative 4 times cosine x all over 1 minus cosine squared of x. Kasi si sine squared x is the same as 1 minus cosine squared of x. So, pwede na rin to. So, it's up to you. Pero syempre, pipiliin ko to kasi ito mas maikli pa to eh. Ito may fraction pa. Ayoko. Ito rin may fraction pa, pero mas complicated. So it's up to you. Pero for me, ito pipiliin ko. Okay? So yeah, I'm just giving you options because bro, pagdating mo sa exam or quizzes, there is a chance na nakasimplified lahat yung sagot. into sin x or cosine x, there's a chance. So better be prepared or be ready than to be sorry. Okay? So let's have another example. Let's just say meron tayong ganito. The derivative of 100 times cosecant x. Madali lang. Constant at isang trigonometric function. So we have 100 times the derivative of cosecant x. So therefore, we have 100 times derivative ng cosecant x ay negative cosecant x times cotangent of x. So therefore, your answer is negative 100 times x times cotangent of x. O, diba? It's easy. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the... So, if we have cosecant x, we have secant x naman. Okay? So, let's get the derivative of... Wait lang the derivative of... Yeah, much better. Secant x. So, ang derivative ng secant x ay secant x times tangent x. So, parang magka-similar lang sila ng pattern sa derivative ng cosecant x. Kasi 'di ba kanina, yung derivative ng derivative ng cosecant x, it is negative cosecant x times cotangent x, 'di ba? So, if you're going to take a look closely sa pattern nilang dalawa, they are similar, 'di ba? Kung may secant x, may cosecant x. Kung may tangent x, may cotangent x. Gets nyo? Tingnan nyo, 'di ba? Parang mayroong kasimilar silang dalawa. Okay? So, yeah, they're just quite similar. Yun lang, share ko lang. But going back to the point, derivative ng secant x ay secant x times tangent x. Okay? So let's have two examples. So let's just say meron tayong derivative of 5 times secant x. So madali lang to. Okay? This one is pretty easy. Okay? So 5 times secant x. So ito, we will have 5 times the derivative of secant x. So ang derivative ng secant x ay secant x times tangent x. So therefore, you have 5 times secant x times tangent x. So yan na yung magiging sagot mo. Or pwede mo siyang i-simplify. Alright? So recall natin, okay, reciprocal identity pa rin. Secant x is basically 1 all over cosine x, kung naalala nyo, di ba? Then, si tangent x, ano siya? Sin x all over cosine x. Okay? So, this means I can rewrite this as 5 times the secant x I, 1 all over cosine x, times tangent x, which is the same as sin x all over cosine x. Okay? That's it. So, in here, if kung i-multiply mo silang lahat, we have 5 times sin x all over the square of cosine. Okay? And pwede pa tong simplify kung gusto nyo. Okay? Remember yung Pythagorean identity na sinulat ko, which is sine squared of x plus sine squared of, sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x is equal to 1. So kung ilagay mo si sine squared of x sa kanan, we have cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared of x. Therefore, we have 5 times sine x all over 1 minus sine squared of x. So, 3 answers is still correct. Tama silang tatlo. Pero, syempre, as much as possible, pick the simplest one, which is ito yun. Okay, namarka ko na ng check. Okay? So, yeah, I'm giving you possible options. Okay? Now, let's have one more example. Ayan. So, dito naman tayo. The derivative of 2 times secant x. O, madali lang to, guys. So, we have 2 times the derivative of secant x. Okay? So, we have 2 times the secant x times the tangent x. So, yun na yung magiging sagot. 2 times secant x times tangent x. O, diba? See? It's easy. Now, let's go to the last trigonometric function. So, in here, we are now asked to get the derivative of cotangent x. Okay? So, dito naman, derivative of cotangent x is negative cosecant squared x. Yan. Yun lang. Alright? That's it. The derivative of cotangent x is negative cosecant squared x. So, let's have an example. Let's just say you are asked to find the derivative of, sabihin nating, 50 times cotangent of x. So again, we have a constant and we have an arbitrary. We have a trigonometric function, so we will have 50 times the derivative of cotangent x. So ang derivative ng cotangent x ay negative cosecant squared x. Okay? So 50 times negative cosecant squared x, so we have 50 times cosecant squared of x. At yan na yung magiging sagot mo. Or, pwede pa naman siyang i-simplify. Okay? So, itong si cosecant squared x, meron din siyang, meron din siyang trigonometric function. Okay? So, we have 1 plus cotangent squared x, which is equal to cosecant squared x. Okay? So, that means I can rewrite this as negative 50 times quantity 1 plus cotangent squared of x. Ayan. So ito, pwede na to. Okay? Pwede na rin to. Okay, as your answer here. Or, we can still simplify this one in different way. Kung naalala yung reciprocal identity, cosecant x is equal to 1 all over cosine x, diba? So therefore, we can rewrite this as negative 50 times cosine squared x is the same as 1 all over cosine squared x. So we can have negative 50 all over cosine squared x. Ayan. And we can still simplify this one. Naalala nyo, ano yung tawag nito, yung Pythagorean identity. Kapag na-transpose mo si sine squared x sa kanan, so we have cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. So that means cosine squared x is the same as 1 minus sine squared x. So magiging 50 all over 1 minus sine squared x. So you have like four answer. 1, 2, 3, tsaka 4. So it's up to you which one would you prefer. Okay, pero syempre, piliin mo yung mas madali, which is ito yon. Syempre, mas madali pa to. Diba? Just giving you some options. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the last example. Okay? So, tanggalin ko lang to. Yeah. Okay. So, in here, medyo similar lang ng ng given problem. So, let's just say meron tayong negative 22 times cotangent of x. Okay? So, in here, magiging negative 22 times the derivative of cotangent, derivative of, wait lang ha, there we go, cotangent x. So in here, maging negative 22 times derivative ng cotangent x, this is negative cosecant squared x. So this would be positive 22 times cosecant squared x. O, diba? There you go. That is your final answers. So here's the thing. Why is it that I give you possible options? Nasabi ko na kanina, which is to ensure na at least alam mo kung paano mo siyang i-simplify. Because maybe pagdating mo sa mga exercises, sa mga given problems, doon ikaw nang bahala ron. Kasi there are some problems or exercises or questions that has choices na hindi ganito yung sagot. Okay? Kasi iba ang format niya pala. Iba yung pagka-simplify niya ng sagot, 'di ba? So at least I'm giving you the options on how would you do, how would you do so. Okay, and how would you simplify your answer? Okay? So now, as you can see, we know how to differentiate a trigonometric function na may kasamang constant. Okay? At least alam na natin on what to do. Ngayon, sa next video, there will be like practices sa paggamit ng sum and difference rule of differentiation. Kumbaga, we're going to combine all of the trigonometric functions together that all of them are separated by the addition or subtraction operation. Katulad nito, let's just say we have this one. What is the derivative of sine x minus tangent x? O, diba? How will you get the derivative for this one? So this one is pretty easy kasi if you know the basics ng sum and difference, especially yung derivative nila, derivative ng sine x, derivative ng tangent x, derivative ng cosine x, so on and so forth, then nothing is impossible. Madali na to. Alright? Then there will be some practices na rin kasi kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, lahat ng answers na binibigay ko, di ba, meron din siyang simplified form. Katulad nito, si cosine squared x, di ba? Meron siyang simplified form. Right? So, the same thing na rin sa mga questions. So, kunwari, let's just say we have tangent x times, times cosine x. Tapos, kukunin mo yung derivative niya. So, what to do? Gagamit ka ba ng product rule? Well, pwede naman. Pero you see, pwede mo naman siyang i-simplify eh. And you will know that in the future videos. Okay? So, ito yung videos na i-discuss natin. Okay? Bago paggamit ng product rule. Okay? At saka quotient rule. So, yun lang. Thanks for watching. So, I hope you have learned in this video. See you.